Hello everyone and welcome back to my gardening and growing channel. Today is April 17th and I am back at the community garden plot. First of all, let me give you a little update on my garlic and such in this bed. As you can see, the garlic is growing pretty nicely here. Growing pretty nicely. But there's some garlic chives here that are popped up everywhere. So I'm going to have to remove and transplant those before they reduce the garden bulbs. What it'll do is stunt the growth of the garden bulbs. So I need to do that. And here's the garlic chives. They pretty much spread a lot because the seed heads, when they dry out, they drop seeds everywhere and they spread everywhere. So anyway, so here's all my garlic. Looking pretty nice. Not sure if it all came up though, but I think it did. Pretty much, at least. More garlic chives are everywhere. Here's my leeks. They're looking really good, actually. Surprised they came back so much. I was really surprised with the really cold winter we had, but I think the snow insulated them. And here's the walking onions. They look really good too, really good. Really good. So the beds do need a lot of work. What I'm going to do is I bought this stuff from Costco. It's Whitney Farms, and it says for in-ground use, I believe, but it'll work fine in the beds. Most of these products, garden soils, potting mixes, whatever, they're pretty much similar. If you look, they have peat moss, humus, core. It's all the same stuff. I found this was on sale, that's why I bought it. And if you come over here, I have this Miracle-Gro Organics Choice, and if you look here, pretty much the same stuff. I don't know if you can see it. It's got peat moss, humus, stuff like that in there, so it's all pretty much the same. So this is the stuff I'm going to be topping off all these beds with. That one on the end I showed you in my first video. I topped it off a bit. Gotta pull those weeds, but I'm going to put 2 more bags of the mushroom compost and 1 more bag of that cow manure there in this bed. In this bed here, yeah, I'm going to put the Costco stuff in this bed. I'm going to kind of alternate to see if there's any big difference with growing. Pretty much sure it'll be about the same. So a lot of bags, so I'm going to alternate. I think the Miracle-Gro, we'll see how much I have left. I definitely going to put a bag in here, probably put a bag in there, and then I'll go from there. So when I'm done, I will show you how it looks. All right, y'all, so I wanted to show you something. Here's that Whitney Farms planting soil from Costco. Well, they're both from Costco, actually. I got that Miracle-Gro at Costco too. So, but look at the consistency here. You can see it's mostly peat moss and stuff if you look at it. So this will be beautiful for the raised beds. Really good. I just want to show you this one because this one says for in-ground. Okay. This one says for pots. And you can see this one's a lot of peat moss again. Just look at that. And that one looks a little more dark because it's wet. This was very dry when I got it. So anyway, just kind of look at the ingredients. Most of the stuff is pretty much the same. When you get potting mix, stuff for in ground, they just try to market it in make you pay more for different things. So just kind of look at it and make your choice. Like I said, most of the stuff is the same. Here's something else I wanted to show you all. You'll see in this garden bed, the Sunchokes, that's what those are, have popped up in this bed. So here's where I had the Sunchokes. You can see they're popping up over here. And there's critter holes in there, which I know those are chipmunks, so. And there's chipmunk holes in here too. When I turn over this bed and then go ahead and cover it, the chipmunks will leave. But anyway, what I'm trying to say here is that these sunchokes, they spread by tubers underground, so that's why they're in this bed here. So that's something to be kind of aware of if you want to grow them. But I don't really think they're invasive. They're pretty easy to control. So I'm going to dig these up here and then replant them. So I don't know if you can see here, there's the Sunchoke Tubers. And they spread by root, and then those tubers form. Except those are edible. They actually taste very good, and they're pretty crunchy. There's a whole other bunch I pulled up. Funny thing is, there's less coming up in the bed where I planted them. In this little patch here where I planted them, this isn't a bed, it's a patch of ground I amended and planted them. There's more coming up in the bed. They're almost all dug out now. And there wasn't this patch, and I don't know if that's because chipmunks are tunneling through there and eating them, but not really sure. Kind of interesting, but I'll just kind of plant these back in the patch and they'll grow just fine. So I topped off all the beds. So that one has the alfalfa on it. And in my first video, I explained, or tried to explain, how good alfalfa is for the soil and for the plants. It has some good stuff in it. Here's the other bed topped off. This bed. This bed. And that final bed. And that other bed with the garlic and such in it I topped off last fall. So, but the reason you see that alfalfa on top is because I forgot to put it down before I put the bagged soil in the beds. So I think what I'm going to do now is turn it over with a pitchfork, and then I'll let you see how it looks when it's done. So I went and broke up the beds, as you can see. There. There. And this one. So they're all broken up, and I didn't really turn it over because what I'm going to do is tomorrow come here with my little rototiller and go ahead and till it up, because the ground is kind of hard when I broke it up. So just to loosen it up a bit, I'll go ahead and use my little tiller tomorrow and get these beds ready. Show you something over here with the Sunchokes. So when I went over here and first of all, I replanted them all from that bed there where they were growing. You can see them all here. So in looking at it, it's a good thing those ones popped up in that bed, because you see here, these are the original ones from last year, and they had no sunchokes underneath. And my guess is that the chipmunks probably ate them all during the winter, because there was tunnels over here. So planted a whole bunch of them. I wish I could water them in, but the water's not turned on yet over here, so I can't do that. But they should be fine. The little bulbs, they got water stored in them. So when I go ahead and till these beds tomorrow, I'll show you what it looks like. Right, all, I'm back at the community garden and I'm going to prepare to till the beds. Here's my little tiller. You can see it's a pretty small one. It is called Earthquake. And it works pretty decent for these small beds. So anyway, I'm going to get started. So the beds are all tilled. I went ahead and raked them to even them out. As you can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all done. The soil is nice and loose, as you can see. So what I'll do is let the beds, the soil settle in the beds, and then after the soil settles for quite a bit, I'll go ahead and put the landscape fabric on them. It'll probably be a couple weeks or so before the soil settles, and it won't be probably until, oh gosh, I usually plant mid-May or after that. I'm in zone 5 here, so the weather gets kind of wacky here. And I do have this one area left here that I'm going to do. I was going to make it a raised bed, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and amend the soil and till it in. But I probably won't do that until after the fence is up, and that'll be after May 1st. I do believe I have some, looks like dill coming up here from seed. So what I'll probably do, well, that's if the upcoming cold doesn't kill it, I'll go ahead and dig it up and transplant it. So anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And again, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.